Because I decided to do this live outside. Yeah, I mean, so quant, that's what I'd be looking at. The volume from down here, we're at 50,000 and 51,000 on average. Came up here, we got 55, so more participants. Even more participants, 64. Got up to 71. So this area is a lot of participation here. But we're on the wrong side right now. Quant is on the wrong side. It's got to get back over here pretty quickly. Otherwise, you're going to find yourself dipping back down, and this bear's cross is going to end up playing out as a divergence in the 4 hour. Quant could be painfully ahead of the market in that regard. And then XLM, and then we got to go over some news. XLM has come outside just barely of this slightly descending triangle. We had that pivot support at 1033. We talked about if it could hit that, we might be able to bounce back up. Now, the key is this a fake out? Because we talked about yesterday, everything should come up to the 200-day. And that was a big thing. We went over the whole market and we said, it looks like we're going to run the 200-day. And most things have gotten up there now. So, if this is in fact a fake out, and we don't go any higher, we're not going to know that until we back test here. And is this going to hold? And it's quite convenient that the 20-day is right there on the pattern formation. So that used to be the pattern resistance, and it now is going to try to act as support. I'm going to light my joint. So what does everybody think? Pretty clear? Pretty understandable? We understand? Not much to this when you have the patterns drawn out and you understand what you're looking at. It's a little more than what meets the eye, but I do a pretty damn good job of, you know, interpreting it for everybody. And after 19 months almost of being on YouTube, I figured out a way to, you know, give it to the audience a little bit. I always think these are very bearish too when you start to see an S. Like I don't like when these start to form because that means you're kind of running out of steam. Like you would like to just see a push up like this, or it's going to end up like that, and then it could do that. But if there's going to be a pull down, it's an excellent spot to try to short it quickly if it's going to do that. So that's why I was asking everybody at the start what they thought. Giggity, giggity, giggity. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Definitely have heard rumblings on the dump. Yeah. Fairly, it seems like we possibly could dump. But we're going to go. I'm going to show you guys something. We're going to go to the U.S. dollar, and then we're going to go into some news. The U.S. dollar, what did it initially do on the news? Dumped. It dumped. It dumped. It allowed crypto to do what it needs to do. Here's the problem right now. If this extends to one big head, I'm going to show you what's going to happen. And people can say, oh, that's fucking bullshit the way you did it. It's fine, but we'll see at the end. If it uses the 100-day, and this is actually, that's the Dow. But if Dow wants to come up here, that's what it could do. I like doing this to show people. But that's if it breaks up. I don't know why I went to this. But if the Dow breaks up, because it had a reversal. If the Dow doesn't hold this, and now I can't even do it the best way, because I thought this was the DXY, and I was going to get people excited for crypto. But now this is the Dow, so this would be the bad news for crypto. If it doesn't break this, and this was just a fake out, you could even come up here a little bit. Maybe the third, but that would bring us way down. So, we're going to see how that works out. But the DXY, this is what I was trying to say. We had a huge dump right on the onset of the news on the Fed rate hikes. Now, if we get rejected here, that could ignite crypto to go one more level. It's that simple. If it doesn't get rejected at this level, and you're going to look at the bigger pattern, these are the levels it's formed. It created this inside out within the two patterns, and you can see it in the daily how this happened. These are uptrends in two different levels, plus the ascending triangle top. Now we're within those two levels. That's a true uptrend, and this was a breakout. The fact that if it goes down and fails the breakout, now you'd have to come back here. I am expecting this to go up one more level. If not, it could be interesting. If it were to break down now, it would be very interesting. And now that it came into these levels, it's going to have to do something. I don't want it to break down yet because I still think that the DXY, they have a plan, and they're going to pull it up, and I would love to see it capitulate to 120. So, right now, it's a very big spot for the DXY. You can see a big reversal, but that's bearish. So, it's going to be interesting. And now let's look at some of this news. We'll go to the rate hikes as well. I just like to sometimes just click on everything. Okay, so we're going to have to do it in this section. Fed rate hikes. So Fed hikes interest rates by 75 to help ease demand. So we're going to do the CBS News, because this was 51 minutes ago. So we can actually play this as they I want you guys to hear what Powell said. Hey, Pizza Brat, thank you so much. No problem at all. Hopefully what I told you, I was able to help your dad on your questions. Yep, no rejection would equal one level up. It absolutely would. And thank you for that gifted sub. That's number 71. Not underscore A underscore crypto underscore guy gets the gifted sub. What a guy this Pizza Breath is. So I want to play this real quick.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on this busy Wednesday night.
What the hell? Fucking credit karma.
Tonight we begin with the state of the American economy and the battle against inflation. The Federal Reserve today making an unprecedented move.
So guys, this is a 3-minute video. So sit back, relax, enjoy this, light a joint, do whatever you got to do, go, whatever.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on this busy Wednesday night. Tonight we begin with the state of the American economy and the battle against inflation. The Federal Reserve today making an unprecedented move to try and tamp down rising prices by raising interest rates by 75 basis points. That means the central bank's back-to-back rate hike of a combined 1.5 percentage points since June is the most since the 1980s. Wall Street anticipated the move, and stocks rallied in afternoon trading. All three major indexes scored triple-digit gains, with the tech-heavy NASDAQ jumping more than 4%, the most in over 2 years. As the price people pay for consumer goods climbed to a 41-year high in June, today's move is designed to slow the economy without causing a recession. And it comes as mortgage rates have soared, doubling since the beginning of the year. We have a lot of news to get to tonight, and CBS's Chris Van Cleve will start us off from Chicago. Good evening, Chris.
Nora, tonight Fed Chair Jerome Powell says the U.S. is not in a recession yet, but the path to avoiding one is getting narrower. In fact, he did not rule out another significant rate hike in September. What this move today means: it is likely going to cost more to borrow money, be it a mortgage, a car loan, or even debt on your credit card. It was another aggressive move by the central bank, pushing its benchmark rate to the highest in 4 years.
We're not trying to have a recession, and we don't think we have to. We think that there's a path for us to be able to bring inflation down while sustaining a strong labor market.
The Federal Reserve's move follows consumer prices shooting up more than 9% in June compared to last year. KPMG chief economist Diane Swank. How does making things more expensive bring prices down?
Well, that is exactly, unfortunately, how you bring prices down, is by increasing the cost of doing business.
When does that mean I can stop paying $12 for a loaf of bread?
Stephanie Caltagirone owns Magpie, a restaurant in Rockford, Illinois.
I'm not even breaking even.
Surging costs for everything from hand soap to staples like eggs, wheat, and vegetables mean inflation is eating away at her bottom line.
Things that haven't gone up, they've added a fuel charge too. When your corned beef goes up by more than double, I can't charge double for what I serve people, or else, I won't have any customers.
Stephanie is trying anything to cut costs.
Otherwise I would just be sitting at my home office trying to figure out how to make a profit in a world where I can't
trying to figure out how to make a profit in a world where you can't.
Yep, it's pretty depressing.
But you keep trying.
Can we take a break for a minute?
Sure.
It's depressing when you say it out loud.
Stephanie says she's not going to give up on her dream yet, but she's got to find a new way to make it work. Tomorrow, Wall Street is going to be watching another key economic indicator, GDP. It's expected to show 2 consecutive quarters of negative growth. Traditionally,
which, listen guys, 2 consecutive negative GDP and growth equals recession. Now they changed the definition, and Peter Schiff said it best. He's been doing it for 4 or 5 decades, and he said his entire career, and recession's been defined by 2 consecutive negative GDP, especially if the second one's worse than the first, but as long as they're 2 negative. And now they actually changed the definition, the Democrats did. So, you know, not surprising there. But, like I say, I'm not into politics, so I don't really give a shit if you're Democrat or Republican. I think you both lost because it's divide and conquer after all. So, unless you're equal with each other, that doesn't matter. Red versus blue, Michigan versus Ohio State, Dem versus Republican, right? I mean, LA Lakers versus Golden State Warriors. It's, you know, it's divide and conquer no matter how you look at it. So, just look at this guy. He actually got hit to the core because that lady started crying. So he actually has a soul, but, you know, it's getting eaten away because of where he works.
historically, that is a sign that a recession is looming. Nora?
Chris Van Cleve, thank you.
That is a sign that a recession...
So when you should be worried is when the media starts to look scared. Or economists start to look scared because they're like, you know, we don't think this can happen. When you see the looks in some of these people's face, they're seeing something that they never thought could happen. You know, especially the economists. That's why I always say, listen to Peter Schiff. Don't listen to all the other schmucks when it comes to the economy. If you don't like him for his Bitcoin take, so be it. But he would have helped you save a shitload of money by selling the top. He'd have cost you money by not buying the bottom. But would you have ever sold? Would we ever sell? I just seen somebody on YouTube confirm Bitcoin to 10 million, or 3 million, I mean. Supposed guru. How are you going to claim that it's going to go to 3 million? And what do? They do this. I could have put today, confirmed, because I knew that pump was going to happen, and I backed it up by buying the long position 25x. I could have put out today, XRP confirmed, lawsuit's going to be settled next week. You won't see it, but you're going to see a huge spike today. I guarantee it. And then when that pump happened, everybody would be like, oh my God, he knows something. Oh my. And then I could have said XRP to $3 by by mid next year. And people would have been like, oh my fucking God, he knows. And then we get that pump and I'm like, look at this. Now we got to have this little retrace. And then we're going to keep on going, and then and that's what happens. They pick spots like 5.32% on USDT the last 24 hours. But it's all about how you do it, how you present it. Like, I'm not going to mislead all of you. And if I don't have thousands of people watching me, so fucking be it. I don't care. I'm going to do well regardless. I'd like to take as many people as possible with me. But, that's not always possible. Let's see. IQ, I need to link my Prime to Twitch so I don't know if you need to do that to gift subs. I don't know though. I have no idea. Welcome in, William. I appreciate you being in. I do. I appreciate it. William's been around for a very long time. Comes and goes when busy or when whatever, but he's always here. Always here. Definitely loads. Watts Ethereum around 1611 might have a bullish site performing. Interesting. Interesting. What is the cipher? We'll go into that. I can actually bring you up a definition to better explain it. And then we'll go into it. Defilate. I like to bring it up in the class when people ask. So we'll go on YouTube. We'll go on Google real quick. Yes. But I want to show them, we've already done the by definition of bullish Gartley C-dub, so I want to show them a bullish cipher, a bearish cipher. I want to show them the definition of it, because it is similar, but yeah, they're very hard to spot, the bullish Gartleys, or bearish Gartleys, or whatever. Buy food, water, ammo, and gold. Check, 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 check. But not a lot of, I need more food. I could always use more ammo. Gold, obviously, I could always use more. And I also have to make sure I don't lose it, because I store it in weird spots. So, like I always tell people, I may need a compass. But I don't have a lot, so some of it's just test. Silver, I have a lot. Silver, I'd be pissed if somebody stole. If they found where I kept hiding it, I'd be pissed. It's not easy to find where I put that shit. But I mean, I suppose anybody could find it when it's in Mother Earth. Yeah, they have a habit of inviting the news. Public equals. Yep. For sock puppet and blue sock. Yep. Pay no attention to the man with his. Exactly. Rad, no, he's the chosen one. Yep. Yeah, it has to retest, in my opinion. I think it would have to. El Salvador to buy back 1.6 billion bonds following Bukele's bad Bitcoin investment. El Salvador says it has 560 million for partial debt buyback. Big fucking deal. Good for you. I said at the time El Salvador ought to be ashamed of themselves for doing that and offering their citizens $50 in Bitcoin. By the time they even got to use it, it was only worth like not even 20. I'm not even reading that. El Salvador, we'll cover that later. So Bitcoin is pulling back like we said at the start of the class. Oh shit, it's been 46 minutes. See, this is why sometimes I hate doing the class, because if I wasn't doing the class, I'd been like, alright, I'm taking a short down to the 20-day. And I would have done it right when it did this, but instead I'm talking. I don't ever hate the class, truly, though. I love the class. Because, I don't know, there's a lot of connections I made with a lot of people, and, like, let's face it, a few of you who are really good at the charts, I would have never met you without any of this. Obviously, I got lucky because, the price action typically does what I say, but we're not all 100%. Oh, far from it. So look at how perfect this is. If we could, actually it's a little bit lower. If we could get a retest here, I mean, that makes it perfect. That's what I'm expecting. That's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting XRP to come back down to 34,878. And the USDT, this is the big get one. So that's why I use the in-depth pattern like this, because when I trade USDT, it's at least BitCat's chart. Because I do USDT and USD at the same time, except today, I took out the one and it was already up 30%. It was up 32% when I went to open the USDT one. And I looked at the price. I'm like, what the fuck? And I literally just hit the button, went to open the USDT. And I'm like, how is it up this much? Went back to the other one. It was up 32%. I'm like, well, I can't buy the USD one now. I should have. But seeing that it was 30% higher on the leverage trade than where I was going to buy it and that quick, I'm like, well, obviously this can only end badly. I've been here before. So, bullish, cipher. No, not a nullish. Whatever. I'm sure it can figure it out. Is this going to end up some kind of porn? Hold on, let me, Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Alright. We never know what we're going to open up when we misspell words. You ever see the two girls in a cup? I got there on accident trying to do a pattern. And it had one thing misspelled, and guess what happened? Ended up at that fucking site for the first time ever. Not where you want to end up. Oh, that's the harmonic cipher. This is the bullish cipher. Bullish cipher harmonic pattern. See, I don't use the fib retracement, so, and I know Chris doesn't either. So, I mean, he might have to fill it in when he does his charts. But, like, for me, I have to guess where the levels are going to be. So, that's why I got myself really good at the charts. But I wanted to read the definition real quick. So, what is a bullish cipher? The cipher is a technical wave pattern in which the market is trending, but it makes sharp reversals during the day. The important point of the bullish cipher is that both the lows and the highs are trending upwards. For the bearish pattern, the opposite happens. So, Chris, did you say you had something in the Telegram? Because I'd be more than happy to go to the Telegram. Oh, yes. Yes. All right, beautiful. I was going to go to my chart, but fuck that. Fuck that. He's got this all in depth. I'd rather use his with the ciphers. No offense to everybody who wants to see my charts, but sometimes you got to look at... You guys know Chris's charts. You understand. He's got this so beautifully... Like, what's the point? He's got this perfect, like what we're looking at. So basically he's saying on Ethereum, if it comes down to 1611.46, it would be at the perfect level to keep that bullish. And now if it comes to... For Bitcoin, 22,684, he's saying. So if it comes down there, that would be a bullish cipher. If it holds that level. Chris, that's excellent. Excellent. So easy to understand the way you did it. And then he's got their fib retracement levels, it looks like here. That's awesome. Whoa, William, hold on. Hold on, William. Hold on, William. I've been waiting a long time to get you in here on the live so we could look at something, so you cannot leave yet. Are you still here, William? We have to look at something, me and you. Because I've been waiting to do this with you to get your opinion, and you're finally here. So I'm going to stop everything if you're still here, and we're going to go to that chart real quick. Right now I need to... Can't see Telegram. Defo, why can't you see Telegram? You can't see this right now? Oh, beautiful. All right, William. Fortuna Silver Mines. Fortuna Silver Mines. We've been going over this for a long time. Do you put any stock that we finally crossed here, we might be having a little momentum? Or do you think we're getting another fake out here? Do you think Fortuna's going to do what it always does right now, and it's going to come up here and get a harsh rejection and then continue down to our level we talked about before? I don't know if you remember. But our ultimate level is that $1 and... What was it? Remember when we talked about here making a complete reversal back down to $1.47? Do you think right now we're playing to get rejected up here? Finally, after breaking this pattern, we're going to get rejected at like 278, and then it's going to give us the testicular fortitude, as one might say, to break down and finally come to what I was telling you before, where I thought we'd come to $1.48. Or do you think we're going to show something to come up? Honestly, that's my question. Because you already know what I used to say if this breaks down. It gets very ugly if we do this route for Fortuna. But I know Fortuna will eventually explode to all-time highs. I know it. I'm going to have Fortuna, as you know. I actually bought some call options that are good until the end of 2023, I believe. It's late in 2023. And I bought my first set at about $2.50 area. I just did it. So, actually, it was not... Where was it at? It was lower than that. What am I talking? It was down here. It was like $2.43. It was down here. When we hit this breakdown, I bought call options, $200 worth, because they're up like 20-something%. Yeah, see? I bought the $10 level, William. I bought $200 worth of call options for the $10 level on Charles Schwab. I mean, on my JP Morgan. So... I really think it's going to happen, though. But you think it's going to bounce now, because it really could. If it gets out of here, it really could. It could get out of here. Sorry, William, I'm sorry. You can leave now. I know you had to leave. But I figured while you were here, I would ask you, because I really wanted to ask you that question live so that I could get your feedback, like, in the moment, so you could hear what I was saying. Hold on, we'll go back to all of that in a second. Defilade. Send me a message on not Telegram, on Twitch right now, please. They're eyeing Uganda. Ooh. Are they really? Well, that would be fucking huge. They're just waiting to explode is what's happening. And it's been a hell of a pullback. I've waited a long time to get these prices back down here. So I'm starting to layer in my call options for, you know, end of next year. Let's see. So I want to do this. I want to add a member. I want to invite. But I appreciate that input, William. You have a blessed night and be safe. Where was I at? I'll live till after class. I'll telegram you later to remind you. Absolutely. You can even send it on here right now. If you send it on here right now, it's easy. The SEC filed charges against JP Morgan. That'd be interesting because I'm doing my home mortgage through JP Morgan. No problem, William. Right back at you. And it's a pain in the ass, let me tell you, my home mortgage. Nothing but a pain in the fucking ass. I want to punch myself in the face for going through JP Morgan because it was a better rate for me at the time. I should have just paid a little bit extra not to go there. And I thought it'd be easier because I've had an account there for like 15 years and I got all the money I need for my down payment in there. But guess what? They bent me over and they've done the proverbial you know what for the last 6 weeks. To the point where I haven't even closed on my house yet still. Drive me fucking nuts. So good, I'm glad to hear that they're getting bent over by the SEC. So I'm going to have to... Hold on. Hold on, you guys are going to listen to a live call I'm going to make. I'm going to call JP Morgan. I'm going to call them and say I'm very concerned about my home loan. Because I see JP Morgan is... Actually, no, that's the wrong number. Oh, they're not open still. It's 8 o'clock. Son of a bitch. Wait a minute. This one guy doesn't like me, so I could call him back and ask him. Hold on. Nope, that's not. That's the wrong. That's my cousin. Let's see. I'm going to say it's an emergency, so here we go. So you guys can...
This call will be monitored and recorded, and your voice may be used for verification. One moment while we transfer your call. The person you are trying to reach is unavailable. Please remain on the line.
And this is my agent who hasn't called me back in like a week and a half.
Press 1 for assistance.
Ooh.
Thank you for calling Chase. Please hold while we transfer your call.
Hello, thanks for calling Chase, where you got your home lending experience. My name is Logan. My lost ID is 1440807. May I ask for the pleasure of speaking with today?
Yeah, my name's Thomas speaking. I just have a concern because I'm doing a home mortgage through you guys currently. And I seen on the SEC's Twitter page that they filed charges against JP Morgan. Should I be concerned about that and pull out of my mortgage?
Okay. Do you have your application number?
Nah, I just gave you my name. You can easily pull that up. My name's Thomas Spica. I'm just curious, is that going to have an effect on my mortgage? I was not expecting to see that on the SEC. It's on the SEC's Twitter page. That's why I'm asking. I'm actually concerned.
Okay. I haven't heard of anything that's going to be affecting our home lending operations, but do you have a concern or you want us to show your application? So I can have a look. Can you spell your last name for me?
SPICA.
I'm sorry, one more time?
S is in Sam, P is in Paul, I is in Isaac, C is in Cat, A is in Apple. I was just curious. I mean, you don't really need to pull up my mortgage. I'm just asking if you guys have heard anything about that. I didn't expect to see that on the website, on Twitter. I was wondering if you guys have heard anything about that. Like, I was like, holy, like, I wasn't expecting to come across that and be doing my mortgage. Like, I was just wondering if I should be worried about that.
I haven't heard anything about it. I haven't heard about really not heard about it because it's affecting our home lending business, anything like that.
Well, I mean, you haven't heard about it at all. That's interesting. But that, I can understand that. I wouldn't tell you either if I was JP Morgan. Last people I would tell was my employees. But, well, I mean, if you say I'm going to be okay, I would, I mean, obviously I have a lot of options to take out a home loan if something happens, but I would prefer to do it since we've already done the process and we're almost to the end. So, I do appreciate it.
All right, any other questions?
Nope, that's it, but I would certainly look into you because just in case you need to find another job. Have a good day. All right. I like that. So, let's see if we can verify. Today we charged JP Morgan I don't know, you should hear the way I talk to them. I told you, if you think I talk to you guys bad when I'm mad, you should hear the way I talk to these people. So this will be on my YouTube channel to come. I literally called JP Morgan and put them on the spot. So that was awesome. And there'll be more of that to come, especially if my home loan doesn't go through, because I will be calling them. And next time, I won't be telling them who I am. I'm just going to call up and say, yada yada. It just makes it too perfect that I am on YouTube with over 12,000 subscribers, over 12,300 to be exact. Almost 500 of you lovely people here on YouTube, or on Twitter. And now I actually have a voice. So to call them and to do that while I'm actually doing a mortgage, so they have to acknowledge me. That's the best part of this. And I did it professionally while basically telling the guy to go fuck himself, and he's screwed. But you heard how I approached it. So XRP Future Millionaire, you never know what you're going to get here. That was unbelievable. Tanya, I really appreciate that. That was incredible of you. And for anybody who didn't watch this, oh my God. Oh my God, oh man. Did you hear the guy's voice when I brought it up? Oh, guys, you have no idea what I've been through in my life. I could literally talk to anybody and do anything, because what I've learned is when you talk to those people, remember what they do. If you miss a payment, if you're too far behind, they'll take your piece of property. They'll take your, so I kind of turn the soul off and I just go with it. And then the bigger dick they are, the more that you have to understand what they're willing to take. You could already hear that guy. He wasn't